Do you believe in magic? Actually, I do believe in magic. And interestingly enough, when we were kids, we all believed in magic. If you remember yourself being small, and when somebody asks you, who would you like to be? Just remember what was your answer. For a lot of kids, it would be, I want to be the actor. I want to be the artist. I want to be a singer. Kids were just dreaming without any limits. And they believe in that beautiful magic. But what happened with us when we started to grow up? When we started to grow up, we started to take the opinions of everybody else around us. Our parents were telling us, no, you cannot do these things. It's only for the selected ones. It's not for everybody to be rich and famous. And we were taking it as the truth. Then we went to school, and the teachers also were judging us and telling us what to do and what not to do. Then we had the friends, we had co-workers, and so on and so forth. So at some point, we stopped believing in ourselves. And at some point, we just soaked into beliefs of others. So now it's our time to really understand who we are at the core. Hi, my name is Irina P, and I'm a manifestation coach. And I'm here to tell you more about the magic of manifestation. I have been an accountant by trade for the longest time. And I think, like many of you, at some point, we all come to this question: what am I here? Why am I here? Who am I? And what am I here to do? Because honestly, we all ponder upon that question at some point. And that was the question that I keep asking myself for the past 10 years. But then again, that fear of unknown was something that was holding me at the place where I was. I always dreamed to be somebody in terms of, like, I wanted to own my business. But at the same time, as most of us doing, we are looking at the outside, at the conditions as we have, right? We are looking at our education, we are looking at our age, at all the criteria, we're looking outside of us to figure out what we are capable to do. So at that point, I wasn't sure. And I said, okay, I have my accounting degree, but that wasn't something that was just enlightening me. And this is not the field that I wanted to explore, but I had this strong longing that I really want to own my business. And I remember at one time, I just started to study about myself from the numerology, from the astrology, and I realized that we come to this lifetime with the chip of the information that's what we are here to do, what gifts we have to share, and what is our life path and purpose. And the more I learned about myself, the more confidence I gained. And I understood that I really have to discover what am I all about and what are the gifts that I'm here to share. And today, I'm going to tell you more about it. And I started to explore manifestation with the numbers. And I remember I just wrote down this thing that I am owning my super successful business. And at that point, I didn't know what business it would be. And a couple of months later, that was the time when I was focusing my energy, right? Because when we focus our attention at something, the universe treats us as our intention. So the universe always conspires with us. The universe is always has our back, and it actually helps us to come up with everything what we want to fulfill our desires. And the more I focus myself that I really want to find what I'm good at. And I remember 2020, March 2020, when the pandemic hit and I lost the job. I remember I was working at my work. I was spending so many hours. The hours were long. I didn't see my kids much. And all the time I was having this discontent inside of myself. I was telling myself that you know what, I have to do something about it. But at the same token, my comfort zone was pushing me back and saying, where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Just be where you are. Can you relate to that? I'm sure you can. So one day, as I was coming from lunch with my coworker, we were all called at our CEO office, since I was working for the transportation company. And during the pandemic, everything was a chaos and the services were stopped. So our CEO was telling us that since this situation, we are not going to have the jobs anymore. And let me tell you, at that moment, my heart just dropped. Because honestly, I was so secure at my job. I knew that although I was complaining, but I was getting paid very well. And I just enjoyed myself. And I was saying, okay, I'm just going to retire where I am. Although in the back burner, I was thinking about my own business, right? But at the same time, that news really hit me hard. And I remember I was going home in my car and all kind of thoughts were coming to me. And I was thinking, what am I going to do next? And I'm sure you've been in that place when you lost the job or you were in kind of situation where you didn't know where to go. And that uncertainty is something that gives us anxiety and stress. And I remember I was traveling home thinking about what is there for me to do, because it wasn't as simple as losing the job. And I've been into these situations where it would be just no brainer. I would be just like, okay, Irina, update your resume and just go and search for the job. Enjoy the ride. But this was a very unique situation because I understood there were no jobs available and people were actually losing the jobs, not finding them. And you know what? Being very optimistic person by nature, I got home and I said, you know what? Maybe there is a reason for this. Because I used to complain that I spend so many hours during the work. I don't see my children. So maybe that was the answer from the universe. And the universe just granted my wish, right? That's exactly what I'm talking about, manifestation. When we say or think things, we are constantly manifesting. We are manifesting every day, every moment with our thoughts, with our words, with our intention. But majority of people do it unconsciously. And I'm here to tell you how to do it actually consciously and how to create your own reality, because we are all creators of our own destiny. So going back to my story, I came home and I said, you know what, maybe there is a purpose for it. And I said to myself, rather than just getting upset, let me just sleep over and think about it. And when next morning arrived, I was just saying to myself, you know what? I wanted to spend the time with the kids. So why don't I just take that time and spend the time with the kids? And a couple of months, it was such a bliss because we were drawing, we were baking together, we were playing board games, we were watching movies. It was so, so beautiful. But let me tell you, in a couple of months later, that voice that was looking for something from life started to really bother. And that voice kept telling me, like, what are you going to do next? What are you going to do next? And you know what? One morning, I just woke up with that firm decision that said, I have to do something about it. And I understood that there were no jobs available because people were losing the jobs. There was that uncertainty. And I said to myself, why don't I start my own business? And I'm sure you can all relate to that because there are two voices inside of us, or I say like there are two wolves that live inside of us. One is fear and one is love. And the loved one was saying to me, oh my gosh, this is a brilliant idea. Yes, 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 let's do it. Because now you don't have to report to anybody. You're going to just have your own schedule. You're going to just be your own boss. You're going to do something that you truly love. But you know what? After a minute, there was another wolf coming to me, which is the fear. And the fear was telling me, really? What are you going to do? Look around. People are actually closing their businesses. Nobody is opening the business. Are you out of your mind? And besides, what are you going to do? What are you good at? But you know what? That voice with love actually won. And I started to look for the possibilities. What exactly can I be doing? And I remember I called my friend and I asked her, I said, you know what? I really want to open my business. And she said, Irina, you're so good with people. People come to you for the advice. Why don't you look at something in that area? And I started to look and I just keep myself open for the possibilities. I set intentions that I am going to discover what exactly is there for me. At the same time, my daughter, who was in high school, she lost all desire to study from home. And she tells me, Mom, hire me the therapist. And I didn't know of any therapist. So we reached out to her dance teacher. And her dance teacher said, you know what? I don't know any therapist, but I know this amazing young lady. She's a life coach. And that was the first time I heard the word life coach. Again, it's not about the lack in the universe. It's the lack of our awareness. There are a lot of resources available for us. The universe is abundant. But just because we do not know something, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So I went online and I started research to see what the life coach is all about. And when I discovered, it just clicked. I saw myself to be one. And I remember I not only hired this girl for my daughter, I also went and got my certification. And let me tell you, one of the best moments of my life was when I received that certification. I felt so great, happy, and fulfilled. And from now on, every day, every morning, I wake up and I say to myself, I'm so grateful for this life because finally, I really lived the life that I wanted to live. And I'm here to teach people how to do the same. I have the best job ever. So going back to the manifestation, I actually manifested this kind of business for myself. I didn't know where to go, but it didn't stop me because my desire was stronger than my fear. And we are manifesting all the time, like I said, with our words, with our thoughts. And yes, just think about what are you thinking all day long? Are you thinking about your problems? Are you thinking about the stress? Are you thinking about your boss who is annoying you? Are you thinking about your partner who doesn't understand you? The more thoughts we focus on something negative, the more of the same we are attracting. Because the law of attraction all works all the time. And likes attract likes. What you're thinking about, you're definitely going to attract in your life. And if you really want to know what you're thinking about, just look at your current results in life because they are the true reflections of your thoughts. So what I wanted to tell you today, start being more mindful. Start thinking of the positive things. Start thinking about something that you want to create. Focus your attention on something that your heart desire. And if you do not know what your heart desire, just think about what you do not want in your life. Because we all have something that we are not happy about. Just think from that place and start really shifting your focus on something that you want to bring into your life. Does manifestation work? It truly does. Is it magical? Yes. But it requires time, it requires effort, and it requires the structure of support. Because let me tell you, we cannot do it on our own. We do require the accountability. We require the people who already been there, who done the work, who are already experiencing the manifesting. Those are the people that are going to take us places. And we want to be in the space of like-minded people because sometimes it feels lonely because not everybody is going to understand us. People are so prone to live by the standards of the society, and society dictates us what we can or cannot do. But the truth is, nobody knows better than you. You are the highest authority in your life. You are the one to make yourself happy. Nobody else is going to have this job but you. So start thinking more mindfully what exactly you want to bring into your life. Maybe career, maybe business, maybe a partner that truly loves you and understands you. Everything is possible in this beautiful universe. And manifestation is magical and it works like a clock if you truly know how to apply the universal laws to that. Once you know that, and once you have somebody who is going to guide you and step into that role with you, you're going to succeed. Don't hang on with how you're going to do it. It's not your job to know how. Your job is to know what you want to bring forward and why you want it. And I'm here to show you how. So if you're really curious about it, if you really want to explore, because it's great to live from the place of the heart, not from the place of your head, because most of us do live from our heads, right? We judge everything. We use our analytical mind to decide what we can or cannot do. And I'm here to say you can do, and you can do it all. It doesn't have to be either or. It can be this and that. So I invite you for my free workshop, Meet and Greet Your True Self. Please just register at the link and I'll see you on the other side where we could discover more concepts and where I could support you and show you the secrets, how to truly manifest the best life possible. Magic is real.